Hey gang, Scott here. In this video, quick tips about masking and really about how to think about your photo when you're about to do some masking. I like to think of my photo in segments, and segments can have like multiple dimensions here. We can be thinking about it in terms of different objects or regions in a photo. You know, I'm a landscape guy, so is it sky? Is it mountains? Is it foliage? Is it water? It could be tonality. Is these shadows? Are they highlights? It could be subjects or objects. Thinking about those things will help you make lighter work of your masking. And I've got a photo where the approach that I took for the masking ended up being like a couple of masks I wouldn't normally use, at least not thinking about it straight away. But when I thought about it in segments, it just made the work easier. So one of the things I wanted to do with this photo was to do some kind of treatment on the trees on the right-hand side that are, you know, kind of, I'll call them the foreground or midground trees, as well as the shoreline and the subject. But to take a step back, you know, thinking about this photo in terms of segments. So the first pass, like kind of the obvious thing is like, well, what's the stuff that's in the photo? I got sky, I got trees, I got water, I got what would probably be a subject, I got snow, you know, those types of things. And those are the things we'll see in our masking tools. You know, if you're in Lightroom, you get the landscape mask and you'll see all those segments. You're in On1, you get the mask AI and you'll see all those segments. A second way to think about things is like, say, luminosity. And I'm doing that because this is, basically a black and white photo where I've got bright things. Okay, well, the top part of the photo is bright. There's some brightness in the middle. There's kind of this, this brightness in the snow on the shoreline. And there's certainly some very deep shadows in the forest area. The tree line is kind of like mid-ground, middle, low midtones to upper midtones, things like that. If this were a color image, that'd be another way of thinking about segments. You know, what kind of colors do I have? My warms versus my cools in general terms. And finally is just things that would be just subjects, and in this case, the subject is really this main log that's fallen down and is drifting over the water. They're just hovering above it. But back to the thing I wanted to do with this this set of trees and generally the right hand side of the photo. And one of the masks I created took advantage of that thinking through segmenting. Now, one could think, I'll just try to do this, on the fly here. If I said, give me some landscape, and I said, well, I want to get those trees on the side. It's like, okay, well, I got vegetation. That's going to get it. I got snow. That's getting some things. So vegetation plus snow, pretty close. And natural ground is effectively giving me the same stuff. So this is pretty close already, right? But I do have this whole bunch of stuff out in the background that's not what I want. So here's one example of doing segmenting, right? So I'll create that mask. Here's the vegetation that it created. It created two separate masks. Let me redo that because I wanted those to be together. So we'll create the landscape mask, vegetation, and snow. Don't create two separate masks. Okay, so I've got my mask number 6, and I need to get rid of some stuff. So I need to subtract, and, well, what can I do here? At this point, I'd probably just try objects. All right, so I'll grab from, say, about here, all the way across, and see how well that does. Not bad. I got some brush work to clean up. So then subtract brush. And you get the idea, well, I guess if I had my flow all the way up, work all the way through there, get that away. And you've kind of got the mask. One way of segmenting and, treating an area. The way that I ended up doing it the first time I went through this was even different. So let's get rid of that mask. And I actually did that down here in mask number 2. You can see where I ended up with. And I started with a linear gradient. Just said, I want kind of the right side of the photo. And then another linear gradient. I kind of want the bottom part of the photo. And those two things are really big, right? Those two things are covering a lot of the scene. Then I subtracted the water and subtracted the sky. And that was a pretty fast method to get to where I needed to be. Let's walk through it. You can see that kind of in action. So we'll say I started with a linear gradient. So give me kind of this. And I know I'm bleeding into the sky. I don't care. I'm going to deal with that a little bit later. Let me add another gradient. And I want to make sure that I get the top of this log in part of that. Okay, so I'll just kind of rotate that around there. This is where the subtracts come in. Subtract. Well, I don't want the water and I don't want the sky, so subtract those things. Get rid of them. And that leaves me with about the same mask that you saw here, right? And yes, I could tighten up on my first linear gradient now and get that to be about where it needs to be. You know, I'm paying attention to really this transition right in here, not having to worry about the foreground because I have that second gradient that's dealing with all that. And so real quickly, I'm effectively done. Are there a little bit of artifacts and so forth? Yeah, there's some things down in here in the shadow and so forth. But then it just becomes, well, what are you doing to the photo? You know, what's the adjustments you're going to apply, and is it going to matter? And if, you know, for my work, I've gotten this mask this way. Great. I'm going to go do what I'm going to go do. What did I do in this thing? I did some increase in texture and clarity. So now that I'm here, I'm going to do some clarity. I'm going to do some texture, and I'm watching right down here where this shadow is. Does it matter? You know, before and after? And I see a few little of those, you know, white, I guess, flakes of snow. They're probably on the water surface, or maybe it's tiny pebbles underneath the water. It's not an important portion of the photo. I don't have to worry about painstakingly getting rid of this particular mask, although it probably wouldn't be that painstaking. It's a very deep shadow, easy to target in a luminosity segment, just your shadows. But that's like the idea is think about your photo in segments on a few dimensions. The what is there is kind of the obvious things: sky, water, you know, land, building, etc. Also think in terms of color and think in terms of luminosity. You start combining these things and using some pretty broad brush strokes, or in my case, gradient strokes to start with, and then paring it back a little bit, leverage the AI. You can get some good masks pretty darn quickly with little effort to to put in. Hope you found the video useful. Got any questions? Go ahead and drop them below. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Have fun.